So what are the T cells? Yes, the T cells. To be more precise, what are the lymphocytes T? So what are the lymphocytes T? Of course, as the name suggests, they are the type of the lymphocyte. So there are different classes of the lymphocytes. Yes, we have, for example, lymphocytes T, lymphocytes B, lymphocytes NK. But what is special about lymphocytes T? Lymphocytes T has a lot of different subpopulations, let's say, but we have two, at least two most important parts. I suppose we'll talk about three. So, lymphocytes T can be helpers. So, lymphocytes T helpers. Lymphocytes T cytotoxic. Okay, and we'll talk about TREG also, because it's interesting. So, of course there are more, but we'll concentrate on those because they are all lymphocytes T, although they have completely different functions. So, what does the lymphocytes T cytotoxic does? Of course, cytotoxicity tells us a lot. The name tells us a lot. Cytotoxicity means that we have some cell. Cyto is related to cell, and it will be the lymphocytes T will be toxic to this cyto, so to this cell. Yes, so cytotoxic. To what cells it can be cytotoxic? It depends. In some cases to the neoplastic cells of the cancer, in some cases, in some diseases, to our own normal cells, to the bacteria, things like that. So its function is to destroy some cells. Yes. What are the TH? So helper cells, lymphocytes T helpers. So lymphocytes T helpers. Okay. So lymphocytes T cytotoxic, you already know. Lymphocytes T helpers. Lymphocytes T helpers are helper. Yes. So they are generally organizers. They're organizing what needs to be done. They're organizing the immune response. So, for example, we have some cells called APC. APCs are the antigen presenting cells. The antigen presenting cells means that these cells can present the antigen. What is the antigen? Just one more time. The antigen is some protein usually, but it may be something else, that is like an address. Yes, it is when the antigen is shown by the APC, it means that this substance is important. This substance marks, for example, that the bacteria is bacteria. Yes, because it's not so easy. It's not always clear that the bacteria is bacteria. Yes, how to recognize it? You cannot see it, you cannot smell it, you cannot hear it. Yes, you need to have somehow to recognize that the bacteria is bacteria. It is done by recognizing the substances on the surface of this bacteria. So the antigens. So APC are the cells. They are not the lymphocytes. Yes, they are not lymphocytes that can present this antigen. Yes, for example, macrophages will eat this bacteria for the for the phagocytosis, and then they would show it to lymphocytes T helpers. Yes. And then lymphocytes T helpers knows that this is the antigen. This is something that we need to kill. This is the antigen that marks something that needs to be killed. So what they would do? They would, for example, show it to lymphocytes B too, and then lymphocytes B are different lymphocytes, yes, and lymphocytes B will create the antibodies. Yes, but this is not the only thing the lymphocytes T would do. They would generally coordinate a lot of the cells, a lot of the substances, a lot of the chemicals, a lot of the reactions in order to make it all work, in order to fight what was marked to be destroyed, or to tell the information, do not kill it, it's our own cell, it's something important, yes? So they are just regulating and coordinating the response. Okay, and we have also the tracks. Okay, so we may have a problem, yes? After the lymphocytes and generally the immune system is activated, it causes inflammation, fever, a lot of problems, yes? It is necessary to fight the infection, for example, but let's imagine that you would have a fever for months, yes, after the infection. It would be devastating for our organism, yes? We need to stop inflammation as soon as the threat is fought over, yes? So when the infection is fought over, when the threat, generally speaking, is no longer a threat, we need to stop the inflammation. And the T regulatory lymphocytes are the cells that are stopping this inflammation, are the inhibitory, are inhibiting the inflammation. They are regulating the inflammation in order to reduce it in a time as soon as possible in order not to make more harm than good, simply speaking. Okay, thank you very much.